Who are you using?
Yeah, I'll use the Godhead from the Elder Scrolls.
What the fuck it is? But yeah, you agree that she's omnipotent?
Omnipotent in what sense?
She can do anything logically possible.
Anything logically possible? Yeah. Wait. So why is that interpretation going to be the case?
Uh, so typically within theological discussion, when they use the term omnipotent, they mean that term. The reason why that that context would apply within this verse is because they're using her in a theological sense, and she also has godlike power. Like she's supposed to be a god of the verse, so it
Let me read.
makes sense if that would be the case.
Let me read the skin. Connection to the root. This is born on the reach. Separate the two polarities, circling the four symbols in a symbol the 8 diagram. Show existence as a manifestation of the world's principles. Yugi means yin and yang, and Shiki is derived from mathematical formulas in the Shikigami. In other words, the same qualities of the omnipotent wish granter itself. Normal parameters become meaningless to those in possession of the skill. Alright, wait. So you're so basically what you were saying is that like the reason your interpretation will be the case is that like it's like describing her to be this like godlike being with like these with like the powers like connected to the root. So you just think that she's like omnipotent?
The reason why I'm saying she's like godlike is because she's ineffable within the verse. Like the people within the verse literally don't know who she is or can't comprehend her. She's the root of all things. Everything stems from her. She has the ability to manipulate reality, create reality, destroy reality, all of this other shit. Again, these are all things associated with godlike traits. So I think it's a fair assumption to make that when they say omnipotent, they're talking about it within a theological sense.
Theological sense, and you said like being able to do anything logically possible.
Yeah.
Wait, you sent another scan? Or you sent a bunch of scans?
This is just another scan proving that she's ineffable.
She's ineffable. Okay. She really wished to pronounce this term called Kara, meaning very depending on each individual's understanding. Put it simply. Terms is the spiral of origin. However, since spiral of origin was called spiral of origin, it was no longer expressed during any source of headache during the production of the trauma CDs. Wait, okay,
I can't explain how this is ineffable.
yeah, no, I understand. Okay. Wait, so you're basically saying that like that Shiki here it just says the same quality of the omnipotent wish granter itself, which is gonna be in reference to the root. So she would just have like these qualities of being ineffable. Is that basically the argument, or?
No, I'm saying. Wait, what? Wait, repeat that.
Wait, okay. So I'm just trying to understand. Is the argument that like it says she has the same qualities of the omnipotent wish granter, and you're interpreting that to mean like the root, and then you're like saying the root is this like ineffable thing?
No, the omnipotent wish granter is not the root. But what I'm saying is that when they're saying omnipotent wish granter, I'm saying the definition of omnipotent in that sentence means the ability to do anything logically possible. And the reason for why is because the character Shiki is described to be some godlike being. And the reason why she's described to be some godlike being is because everything stems from her. Like literally everything's connected to her. She's the root of all things. She's ineffable. And she has the ability to manipulate reality, create reality, and destroy reality. These are all godlike traits.
Okay,
So I
wait. So
think it's fair something to make.
is the only thing you're trying to prove here is that she's like truly omnipotent, like that could do anything logically possible?
Yeah, that's it. Once I get that, I'm done with my scan.
Oh, really?
I
Okay.
don't. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's fine. I think my character is just like beyond logic.
Well, yeah, okay, you can prove that, bro.
Yeah. You grab the scans.
Yo, what y'all eat for breakfast today, bruh?
I didn't eat breakfast today.
Yeah, I
You?
didn't eat oh wow.
Did this guy just say you? What the?
I definitely didn't say that. I said I didn't
Nah,
eat breakfast
No,
like
berry, bro.
unicorn candy.
Oh, okay.
You're eating candy for breakfast. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're a grown man.
Hey, bro, it's
That's
good because no, bro, you ain't never like go to Halloween like after like Halloween you eat like the candy for breakfast, bro.
man. What y'all know about some green bean casserole?
Green bean
Green
casserole's
bean
nasty.
casserole. Hey, I never
Eh?
had like casserole, bro. That's like white people food.
What you know
What
about
is
some pig feet?
What?
Pig feet.
Pig
pig
feet?
feet?
I had pig feet at the Soul restaurant.
I love chicken feet.
Wait, I look. You want to try it?
Chicken feet is good, but it depends who cooks it though.
Hey, yo, Gum, would you rather
Some
live
people
with
be
pig feet
dirty.
or chicken feet?
Would I rather eat pig
No,
feet or
live
chicken
with it.
feet?
Like you, like you're like every time you look at your feet, it's either chicken feet or pig feet, bro. You gotta choose one.
What the hell?
Yeah,
Chicken feet.
I'll just like send my scans in general.
What y'all know about some cow tongue though?
Right.
Oh,
So
this is the character Careless
Get him,
uses.
Hyakustar. Get him, bro.
Careless uses this character?
Yeah.
Oh, your best friend.
Holy fuck. No, like I'm telling you, I'm gonna need to beat his ass on Elder Scrolls Inverse, because like I'm never letting Careless like mock me, bro. This ain't the Godhead, by the way. Yeah, anything that's in reference to the Amaranth is just gonna be in reference to the Godhead. Ave, you could die on that topic after this. But
I promise you don't want to do that.
yo, Ave, I would fucking kill you. Anyway.
Yo, I promise you, I'm in comic curator. I'm in the comic tutor server, bro.
In the what?
The comic tutors server, bro.
What the fuck is the comic tutor
Oh
server?
my god,
Bro, he's the guy who
you don't
made
know about
Orange
comic tutor,
absolute
bro?
fraud, bro.
Holy fuck. Yeah, that
You were
guy's
back.
ass.
You were
That
in
guy
the.
would get
You weren't,
fucking raped by
dude.
any Elder Scrolls
You weren't
character.
in the.
Anyway.
Dude, you weren't in the com back in 2020. Ask Tigger about that, bro.
I'm not asking Ticket. That guy's a loser. Anyway. Yeah, we can see first scan, bottom, it's saying, however, perhaps next time I commit to pen, I shall speak of the godlike phenomenon that even those who wear the mantle of Kim as ruling kings pale in comparison to. So we can see that first little sentence there. It's describing this thing beyond Kim. I shall speak of the godlike phenomenon that even those who wear the mantle of Kim as ruling kings pale in comparison to. So when we're going to be talking about Kim, we're just going to be talking about this like state of being in which you're going to be like, you're
Hold
going to
on,
be like
which part talks
aware.
about beyond logic?
Beyond logic? Yeah, I'll get to that.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's basically saying that like that it's just like that. There's like this thing beyond Kim, right? And it's just gonna be this like, there's just gonna be like this godlike phenomena, and then we can see in the second scan, it's just describing to the close dreamer. Don't forget the Amaranth. There is one step beyond Kim, but you're right that it's not godhood. It's the flowering of statehood. Blah, 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 blah. It says don't forget the Amaranth, and then it goes into there is one step beyond Kim. So this is basically describing that like the state of Amaranth is beyond the state of Kim. So I think it's just safe to assume that within the first scan, it's going to be talking about Amaranth, right? Because it's we could just see like within the two scans, it's just talking about very similar things. And then we can see in the first scan again, it goes on to describe Amaranth. It says, "For while I am and I am not is required for the harsh, difficult path to become one with God, there are entities, blah, 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 blah." So where it's saying, I am and I am not is required for the harsh, difficult path to become one with God, this is basically just saying that like to achieve this state of Amaranth, you need to like actualize this contradiction, right? Because I am and I am not is just going to be a contradiction. Like we could take a rock. So for a rock to be a rock, but also to not be a rock is just going to, be a contradiction, which is just going to be logical. So I think if characters are logical, they're just going to be beyond logic. And I just think that that would just like be excluded from your character's like true omnipotence.
Oh my gosh, bro.
What happened what happened between those guys? Yeah, Tiga tried to get me banned from power scaling. That guy's a loser.
Oh my gosh. Who was being retarded? Uh,
You know what? I wouldn't even say that I hate that guy because I don't hold that much resentment to him. It's just like he's just a grown man who threw a temper tantrum and like tried to get a bunch of random people banned from Discord server for something they didn't even do.
so wait, what? So you're saying to achieve this godlike state, which presumably your character has reached, you must
Yeah,
be
so
this
the
contradiction?
character I'm using is the Godhead, which is just like it's just like the God of the verse. It's just like this uncaused cause, or
Yeah, no,
like
but you're saying that to reach that state though, you have to have the
yeah. So
contradiction.
yeah, so to like achieve the state of amaranth. So like okay, let me explain it from the start. Also, this will just like rape Ave because like Ave is like very unknowledgeable about this verse. But anyway, so like the Godhead, like everything is just like a subgradient of the Godhead because like the Godhead is described as this like it's like very similar to like the Eastern Orthodox God where it's just like this like one thing. It's just this like supremely like simple being. It's like divine like this divinely simple being in which everything is just going to be like
Bro, I am so confused.
everything.
Where the fuck in your scans does it say any of this, bro?
Oh
This
yeah,
is
I
kind
can
of
I can
heavy.
I can grab that scan. I can grab that scan.
Hold up, but no, but before you even do all that, bro, like my main thing is like this don't even seem like
What's the problem?
it seemed like a name, bro. Like
What do you mean?
you
What
see
seems like a
how
name?
I am not. You see how Amaranth is bolded and it's like a name.
Yeah. Wait, Amaranth isn't bolden anywhere.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Amaranth is in the first skin. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what's going to be the problem?
So that's bolded and that's a name. Then what if
Yeah.
I am
So
not? So that's no name.
yeah. So no. So Amaranth is literally just like it's literally just
Actually,
this
no. It seems like
material.
an object, bro. I don't even.
Seems like an
Oh,
object.
no,
What
no. This
the?
isn't an object. This is a path. This makes no sense.
Okay. Here. So let me grab the other scan. I'll explain it in totality. Okay, so we grab that.
Yo, bro, so you got this, man.
Thank you,
Get that
man.
mid
Thank
tier, bro.
This makes
yeah,
no sense. I don't, bro.
yeah. I can help you understand anything that you like are struggling to understand. But it's like with these two scans, these are gonna be like where we're gonna start, like the explanation. So in the second scan, it's just describing with the above in mind, we must then pay heed to the school of amaranthine thought that all consciousness exists as subgradients of the true conscious. So when it's talking about the true conscious, it's just going to be a reference to the Godhead. And then it says, amaranthine thought that all consciousness exists as subgradients of the true conscious, and thus is materialistic life and the consciousness of the individual merely unconscious thoughts generated by God. So it's basically just saying that anything that's material and anything that is like, um, I don't want to necessarily say that's like abstract, but it's saying like consciousness, like anything that's material and anything that's like that like would be like within consciousness or like within anything within the universe is just gonna be like subgradient, which subgradient is just gonna be like like a gradient is just gonna be like another version, and then like sub is just gonna be like below. So it's gonna be a subgradient. It's just gonna be a lower ontological like offshoot of the Godhead. So it's basically just saying like all these things like God, like everything that's material and all this like consciousness. So basically everything is just gonna like go into this one divinely simple being the Godhead, right? So did you like track that, or you need me to explain again?
This seems like an apophatic being. I'm gonna be honest with you.
What does that mean?
Oh my lord. Um, so it's like like what's the saying? Like existing through negation, or yeah, something like that. It's been a while since I looked into this shit, but apophatic negation or theology is really like about negation. Like I'm gonna just Google it. I can give you a better
Oh,
explanation.
okay.
But
Oh yeah,
it
I'm like,
is just by finding something or finding an existence through negation. Like for example, like God, you can't use any property to explain God. You can only explain him through negation. So he's not a flower, he's not a human, he's not blah 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 blah. That's the only way you can explain him. If you were to say that he is a human or he is black or he is whatever, that would be false. So all is things of the said thing is false. So you can only explain them through
I mean,
yeah, I'm
I
right.
think.
I got
Wait,
you.
okay, so basically, is what you're saying that like we can't prescribe any properties, we can only prescribe like non-properties. Is that basically what you're trying to say, or what? Like we
Yeah,
can prescribe the
yes. So
fact
when
that
it
it
says
doesn't have these properties.
so when it says I am and I am not, what is in reference to is that when it's saying I am, it's trying to clarify that. My bad, bro. It's trying to clarify that it exists, but it But it does not, because any property that is given to said being would be false. So it is not, right?
Wait, let me look at like the definition of the word. Also,
I mean,
like who do
that's
you want
simply
to?
judge.
Yeah, like who do you want to judge this? By the way, are you fine with like Ichi as
Whoever
judge
you
or?
want, bro. Whoever you want, bro.
Okay.
Yo, make Ave judge, bruh.
No, we're definitely not making Ave judge. Ichi can
Yo,
judge if he wants
make
Okay,
to,
not
but
Steph,
only am I the
make
most
Steph.
unbiased person here, but also it seems like I'm the only one here that knows what apathetic
I'm not
is.
judging, and also Ave is shitty. Don't let that nigga
Yo,
judge.
make
No,
yo
Isha,
make
your ass,
Jersey yo
bruh.
make
Yo,
Jersey
your
a judge,
ass.
bro. I've been
And
tracking this entire
dude,
thing,
you're
okay.
not
bro.
Can these
consistent wanting
guys?
to judge because I know he's LARPing this shit, bro. Like he obviously doesn't know
What?
the story.
Okay, well, okay, yeah, I'll read that in a second. First off, if I don't know who the fuck you are, check general, but anyway, apophatic theology, also known as negative theology or via negativa, is an approach to secret thought that defines God or the divine strictly by negation, describing what God is not rather than what God is. This tradition
Yep.
assumes that human language and concepts are too small to capture the infinite reality of God. Okay, wait. So
Yeah.
what's going to be the
Popular
argument?
theory, bro.
Okay,
Well, it's a common thing with God, or sorry, yeah, it's common with God, and like you kind of said, he's like, what? Didn't you say he was divinely simple or something? Or
yeah, I think it's just like described that he's like divinely simple,
I'm not gonna argue
or that I
that, but
guess it's divinely
we
simple.
know
You're
we
not
don't
gonna
even
wait.
gotta get we don't.
Wait, you're not gonna argue with my character divinely simple?
No, I'm saying I'm not gonna contend that as of right now.
Okay.
And if he is divinely simple, then the debate would just be in combo.
No, I think if my character was divinely simple, I would win. You've only scared your character to like true omnipotence being like being able to affect all logically possible things. If like my if my character is divinely simple, they're like completely like ineffable and beyond like any tiering that we could like justify. But anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, I'll get into that later. But yeah, the evidence of that would just simply just be that this is some godlike being, and then that's the most coherent explanation that doesn't entail contradiction. I think if we can get an interpretation that doesn't assume a contradiction, then that would be the better interpretation.
Wait. So you said that if we can find a solution in which doesn't entail a
And
logical
then,
contradiction, that's
yeah,
the
an
better solution.
interpretation that's reasonable, like that has some sort of basis, and it doesn't entail a contradiction, then I think we should prefer that rather than the other interpretation, which does have some sort of basis, but the basis would entail a contradiction. You have some sort of basis, would just be like the denotations of the words being said, but that would entail a contradiction.
Okay, so wait, where are you trying? Where okay, so you're saying that we should take the interpretation in which doesn't entail a contradiction. So what's the interpretation that you're trying to present in which wouldn't entail a contradiction that we should take
The
as true?
apophatic. The apophatic.
The apophatic view. Okay,
Yeah.
so
So being that it exists, but it does not exist because the way to describe X is impossible because you can only describe X through negation. That's why he says, I am not, because he is not. God is not. Like even in the description of apophatic theology, they said describing what God is not rather than what God is.
um okay. Okay. So wait, okay. So I'm very confused like why this would downscale the character if they're apophatic.
It doesn't. It just doesn't make them beyond logic. And then we can just talk about the divinely simple thing because I think this debate would just be incon. Because I don't think um Sheikah would be capable of defeating your character, but I don't think your character would be capable of defeating my character.
Okay. Um uh, I guess you know what? Just for the sake of it, yeah, we could go on to the divinely simple part.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and this is just Steelman that he is divinely simple, because I kind of don't want to get into the scams whether or not he's divinely simple. Even if we were to assume that he was divinely simple, what's it called? Divinely simple things, at least from what I understand, are still omnipotent. And well, first off, two omnipotent beings can't be in the exact same world. That's a paradox. So
Yeah.
we wouldn't even
Well,
be
I
able
mean,
to have a
wait. So
scenario in the first place.
okay. I mean, I just like figure that we would like be going off like SBA, like VSBW SBA. Do you have like problem with that if we were to go off that?
I mean, I don't know about SP. I don't know what SBA is, but I know for a fact that VSBW boundless is essentially just divine simplicity. That's what boundless is. I'm saying that a balanced being and an omnipotent being cannot exist at the same time, because I think a boundless being is inevitably omnipotent, and two
Okay. Yeah.
omnipotent beings cannot exist at the same time.
Yeah. I think like I think that'd be fine, but I think like the definitions of omnipotence there would be like entirely different. Like, I mean, you scaled your character to be omnipotent in
No,
the sense.
no, 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 no.
I mean,
Talking
you
about
know.
logical omnipotence, I'm saying that a boundless being or a divinely simple being is going to be logically omnipotent, and
Wait.
two logically
Do you
omnipotent beings cannot exist at the same time. Nope, and it
wait? Do you
rises a
think?
paradox.
Wait. Why do you think a divine? What if you do you think a being that's absolutely divinely simple would be bound by logic?
Yes, what?
What? What?
It would
Why?
literally be logic because that's what it is. What? It
It would
will literally
encompass
be
all of logic.
logic. Exactly, it is logic. So what are we talking about?
What if you encompass this thing, you're obviously not gonna like be confined within it.
No, bro, what?
It's gonna
No,
be confined within you.
what? Yo, exactly. It is logic, so it cannot be not what it is. So it cannot be a contradiction. And so, if it were to be two omnipotent beings of the exact same universe, that would be a contradiction. It would negate what it is because what it is logic.
Okay, wait. Wow.
Paper
So you're saying that my character, if my character were to be divinely simple, that like they would be logic, so they aren't so they're bound by logic? Is that the argument? That like if they're
Yeah,
divinely
they would.
simple, wait, so that's the argument, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, so do you think like my character would also be bound by dimensions?
What? I don't know.
You don't know. What? Like what?
What do you mean? I don't think, bro. What do you, bro? Gang.
Okay, so I'm asking. So
When
you're
I'm
saying
saying summon is divinely simple, at least from how I understand divine simplicity, and by the way, this is a very like it's not even a good I have below surface level understanding, but I'm pretty sure it's everything, right? Because it has no parts, so you cannot separate it from anything. That's what allows it to be omnipotent because it is literally everything, right? Because you cannot separate it, it cannot be a different thing. So if something is divinely simple, then it would be dimensions, it would be everything. Like it's that's what I'm saying, it would be logic. So when you're saying is it bound by logic or anything, like I don't get that. Like
yeah, so when we're gonna be talking about divine simplicity, it's gonna be like so it's literally just gonna be like this absolutely simple thing in which it has no composition, no parts, no distinctions. It's just like the essence of the thing in which his existence is gonna be. It's just gonna be like this absolute nature in which it has like no distinction between like the parts that like it would like
oh my goodness, what the fuck? Hold up, bro.
Calm down, kid. Calm down.
Yo, Simon, Mono would fucking kill you.
That's what they all say, bro. That's what they all say.
I don't know why you're disrespecting Mono like that. Anyway. And also like if we're talking about something that's divinely simple and we like even if we're just taking like that absolutely like that very simple definition of divinely simple, like even if like he is like logic is just gonna be like logic is just gonna be like it's just gonna be like a description of like his internal consistency. It's not necessarily gonna be like an actual like set of like rules or laws that he's actually gonna have to follow.
I'm not listening, my bad, bro.
Oh yeah, I was just saying that like even if we do take like your interpretation to be like divinely simple, where it's just gonna be he is logic. If he is logic and he's like all these other things as well at the same exact time, and there's like no distinction between the parts, so it's not like logic isn't gonna be like this external like set of rules that he has to follow. It's just gonna be this like description of like his internal
My bad.
consistency.
I misunderstood what divine simplicity is. Jesus Christ. So yeah, no, it's the source of everything, right? Because
Um,
it is divine
well,
simple. Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's
But
the source of everything because like these subgradients or these like offshoots of it are going to be the things that we would.
exactly, that's my point though. So then it would innately be omnipotent.
It, I think it's fine that it's omnipotent, but I just think it's like this higher omnipotence, like from what you scale your character to be.
No, that makes no sense.
Wait, why not? You literally scaled your character to like be omnipotent in the sense of like being able to actualize all things logically possible.
Yeah, so that
And
would
I'm
be the same
and I'm
thing. 'Cause
yes,
illogical things aren't really even things. So
okay,
how
but
can
what
you
you're
source something that doesn't like what? I don't get it.
illogical things are not things. I mean
No.
I guess we could say that, but like by like an illogical thing, I just think it's gonna be this thing that we can't like really prescribe any like attributes to, right? But like I don't think necessarily think that's like relevant. So like when we're gonna be talking about something that's divinely simple, like I've been saying the entire time, it's just gonna have like an internal consistency in which everything has like literally nothing like there's no differentiation between any of its parts. It has no composition, and none of its parts has
I
a
get
distinction.
that. What does that have to do with anything? I'm saying because of
Okay,
that, it
so
would be omnipotent. Like, what are
yeah,
we
so
talking about?
you're prescribing omnipotence to be bound by logic. I'm saying that it
Yes,
just
because
inherently my
because
character is not bound by logic if they are divinely simple.
Brody,
Mono,
logic is everything. So if it's
Mono,
not,
Mono, do you
if
want,
it's
just want to conclude? Do you just want to conclude?
no, I gotta say my argument. Logic is everything. You can't not be logic. You can't be illogical. Illogical is not a thing. So
Logic is everything.
illogical things don't make sense. They're not anything. So how
Mono,
if we're making the
Mono, my
yeah, bro,
character is everything. That's the argument.
I get that. So it cannot be something that isn't a thing. Illogical things aren't things. So therefore the limit must be logic because logic is the furthest you can go. That's all you can do. That's all you can be. Logic encompasses everything.
Okay, so the point of a divinely simple character is that they are the next step. That's the point. So like logic is
Where are
just
you
going to
getting this
encompass
from,
like
bro?
all these things, right? So something
No.
that's divinely simple
What?
is just going to be there's going to be no distinction between the parts of my character, and it's just going to be that step like that. Like if we want to say it like this, it's just that step beyond logic. They're just not going to be bound by logic. You have yet to give why they're bound by logic. You keep saying this over
You
and
can
over and
just
over again.
yeah,
You want to conclude?
because of how they are omnipotent. They're omnipotent because they have no parts, because they have nothing. So they don't have any limits. They don't have any of that.
Mono, would you like to conclude?
Yeah.
We're okay. Yeah, so my concluding statement my, my concluding statement is just going to be I think that I was able to properly justify why my character would, like be beyond logic and like be this being in which is beyond like Shiki's like true omnipotence that he states it is, even though he only says it's like being able to actualize anything logically possible. I just think that my character is just going to be that next step beyond logic as there's like no distinction between the parts and he doesn't have any composition whatsoever. I just think I was able to properly justify my argument like more sufficiently. Mono, you can go ahead though.
Yeah. So if the thing has no parts and is divinely simple, then it doesn't have any limits. It doesn't have any of that. Meaning its power doesn't have any limits or anything like that. But that which would mean that it can do everything. But illogical things are not within the set of everything because illogical things are not things. Illogical things or illogicality, like as a concept, is incoherent. So if it's not even possible, if it's not even a thing that can exist, then how the fuck can it do it? Like it's just literally gibberish.
Is that your
So
concluding statement?
no, one more part. So if that would follow, then it would follow from that two omnipotent beings cannot exist at the same time because two that would lead to a paradox, which he never really questioned. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we can just say that.